Batman is under siege by Lincoln March and newly resurrected Talon assassins. Will he be able to trust Harvey Dent to help him, or is this a fight on multiple sides? Well, let's hop into the pages of Detective Comics number 1024 and find out together. So then, as the comic opens up, Batman is ready to force Harvey Dent to do something he doesn't normally do of his own volition, and that is make a true cut and dry choice. No coin, no 50-50 guessing, he has to actually choose. Will he stand with Batman and help him fight against the tide of newly resurrected Talons? Or will he continue to be just another chess piece on the Joker's ever-growing Joker war chessboard? It's a lot to think about and take in, but ultimately though, Harvey does make the right choice and decide to stand next to Batman in fighting the clown who ruined so much of his life by messing with his brain. Harvey turns out to be a great ally, not because he's also running around in the Bat mech armor right now, but his cult, the Cult of Two, also joins in to reinforce them. Now normally the Dark Knight would be against anyone working with him using this much lethal force, but luckily the Talon assassins, the foot soldiers for the Court of Owls, are technically already dead, so it's fine. Now while all of this fighting is going on, we see the Joker is literally watching it from Lincoln's eyes. At first I would say, hey, how did the Clown Prince get a hold of such crazy technology? Then I'm reminded he literally did the same thing with the designer in the main Batman book just recently, and these two stories were probably meant to come out closer together. Batman actually does a pretty amazing job dressing down Lincoln March, saying once before the city trembled because of him in the Court of Owls, but now he's a failure, even his own cult locked him away. Now he's been shanghaied into working for the Joker, and whatever Mr. J did to Lincoln and the Talons, they're not nearly as frightening as they once were. They're slower, they're telegraphing their moves like they weren't before. As Batman discovers when he breaks Lincoln's mask, it turns out that Joker not only used the regular Talon formula to wake these guys up, but he also cut it with a little Joker venom because the Joker's got to put his own brand on everything. And honestly, I can't think of anything more in character. He could have had his own unstoppable hit squad, but he actually made them worse just because he wanted to put a smile on their face. Also, Tomasi, in a nice bit of continuity, remembers that cold and ice are one of the few things that can actually stop a Talon dead in their tracks, and Harvey realizes that he actually does have some repurposed Mr. Freeze tech on the suit. The Owls get their wings clipped once again, but unfortunately the fight is far from over as the Two-Face persona once again takes control of Harvey's body and seeks revenge on his two underlings who had helped out the Joker inadvertently back when they attempted to save his life. Luckily, Batman by this point is able to shut down the Bat mech suit, and not a moment too soon either, because it's surgery time! Yeah, that's right, Batman helped himself to some of Hugo Strange's surgical gear, and he believes that he may actually be able to remove the bullet that's been giving Harvey so much trouble recently. In fact, not only does Batman think he can actually free Harvey from all the stuff the Joker and his conspirators put inside his head, but he also thinks he can return control of Two-Face's body to Harvey. Which, honestly, to me sounds like a bit of a stretch. I mean, it's not like the bullet is the reason he has a split personality. He shot himself before, back when he was already Two-Face. Unless Tomasi is trying to say that Harvey was totally in control when he attempted to kill himself, and by extension Two-Face and the Joker and Strange and Mad Hatter were only exacerbating his condition. The surgery ends up being a complete success, the Joker even continuing to watch and crack wise while all of it happens. Unfortunately, Harvey still needs to go back to jail, but he gets sent to Blackgate now instead of Arkham. Which I take to mean the courts are now saying that he's officially not criminally insane anymore. Harvey gets to work, though, using both his knowledge as a former crime boss and a former district attorney to give legal advice to the wrongly convicted, and his newest client is, get this, a fella by the name of Matches Malone. He doesn't pay with money, though. He pays in a very familiar bullet before disappearing into the night. And so there you have it, everyone. Detective Comics number 1024. And overall, I did like this story, even if I felt the art kinda got hijacked halfway by the Joker and the Owls. I certainly can't say Harvey didn't grow as a character throughout this story. He's definitely in a better place now than it all began. That is assuming, though, that this doesn't get retconned out again. Personally, I would totally read a Blackgate miniseries starring Two-Face trying to right the wrongs of the legal system from the inside. Don't you think that would be fun? But in my heart of hearts, I know that's probably not gonna happen, as the next Batman writer is gonna want to use Two-Face anyway, and so they're probably gonna gonna go back on all of this new development. Furthermore, the Cult of Two was such an awesome concept and they were so well designed, and we end up losing most of them in the big fight at the end. What a waste. Ultimately, I'd feel comfortable giving this one a 7.5 out of 10. It was almost really great, but in the end, I just thought it was pretty good.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.